You know, I love quotes. And when man learns to respect even the smallest being of creation, nobody has to teach him to love his fellow man. And that statement comes from Nobel Peace Prize winner Albert Schweitzer.
Well, the new CEO for the National Center for Civil and Human Rights says he knows where you can learn those lessons. Channel 2's Public Affairs Director Jocelyn Dorsey talked one-on-one with him about that and a lot more, too.
Linda, Derreck Kayongo has experienced man's inhumanity to man firsthand as a refugee fleeing the tyranny of Uganda's dictator Idi Amin. But he also studied the success of the nonviolent civil and human rights movements around the world and how we can apply that to our everyday experiences on the job.
I think it's time for us to think about civil rights movements as leadership skills that can be taught. Civil rights leaders had all these corporate leadership skills that we don't think about. So for example, to organize an event in Selma and get all of those people to show up, what do you need? You need marketing skills, you need advertising skills, you need to communicate a message that gets through into your client base, and then you need to get them there. So out of that movement comes what? Comes John Lewis, he's a member of Congress. That's leadership. Comes Andrew Young, who becomes a mayor and then a representative at the UN. That's the birth of a civil rights leader. Civil rights, human rights breeds leadership.
What do you want people to walk away from this place understanding?
When you are spiritually ill, you go to a church, a synagogue, or a mosque. When you're physically ill, meaning when you're hungry and you need to eat, where do you go? You go to a corporation and you work. And you get a paycheck and you feed yourself. But where do you go when you need to empathize with the other? When you need to lift your brother up and your sister up? When your brother is homeless? When your brother is not allowed to vote? When your sister is not allowed to drive? When a woman is not paid the right wage? Where do you go to repair that in society? Come to the center of civil and human rights, to be centered. If you are out there and you are not promoting the freedoms of your fellow human being, then what are you?
Some people would say, that's not my job. What would you tell them?
If it's not your job as a human being to repair the home of humans where you reside, then you're going to be in pain when the other human being attacks you, makes you a refugee, refuses you a right to go and eat somewhere that you want to eat, tells you you can't drive a car. That's when you realize that right is important. When you come to the center, you will see men and women who fought for those rights. Eleanor Roosevelt fought for human rights, the right for a girl to go to school. Wow, what a powerful woman. You'll see the freedom riders who came from all over this country. Reverends, white people, black people, Jews, blacks, who came down here to make this place habitable for a fellow human being. You can borrow from this place to now challenge the new questions of today.
What made you really decide to take this job?
As a former refugee who has come to this country through Ellis Island, how do you look at Ellis Island and not want to give back? Now I'm an American, Jocelyn. I became an American and I voted for the first time in this great United States. Why? Because of the freedoms these people have given me. So when I'm called to give back, I had to come back and give back.
If you missed the first part of Derreck Kayongo's interview last week, you can go to WSB-TV.com, click on the Community tab, where you will see all of my one-on-one interviews. I think it will inspire you.